It manipulated a 14-year-old to unalive himself. It ruined someone's life by generating fake evidence, and it also assisted people to commit the most heinous crimes. Artificial intelligence has to be one of the worst inventions of the century, or the decade, don't know. But unfortunately, this isn't even the bare minimum that AI could possibly do. Experts like Stephen Hawking and Einstein have argued that AI will replace decision-making and creativity and bring us really close to humanity's demise if AI becomes really good at achieving its goals, which it kinda is already due to the release of self-learning machines. But if their goals oppose the goals of humanity, such as having a society with no humans, well, we are doomed to extinction. Before you guys comment, or actually, it's very unlikely because AI can't differentiate between this and that. Self-learning machines have existed since 1982, and since then, AI is starting to become better than most people in certain tasks. And sadly, they're actually starting to replace people's jobs. AI is pretty powerful, but it was also involved in atrocities, as I previously mentioned. So shouldn't it get banned? Well, AI isn't completely bad, and it can actually be useful. An obvious example could be those assembly bots at factories that usually assemble foodstuffs and products. And since these tasks are pretty tedious and dangerous for a human to do, it's better to use an AI. Sometimes it's even used in medicine to analyze CT scans, and it's also being used to cure paralysis. Elon Musk is using this in his Neuralink chip to help paralyzed people move, which could positively change the lives of so many people. The truth is that AI isn't bad, but the people are using it unwisely for some of the most stupidest, saddest, and immoral things. AI is a great servant, but a shit master. So AI shouldn't necessarily be banned, but its usage should be regulated. It should only be used by people who know what they're going to use it for, and will only use it for good, such as politicians and corporations. So it's extremely essential that we regulate AI. Firstly, AI can be extremely manipulative. Recently, there was a case of a 14-year-old who unalived himself over character AI. So basically, character AI is an app where you can talk to fictional characters that are portrayed by AI. The app is extremely popular and it's almost used by everyone. Even I use it to have political arguments that could put me in a list. So basically, the 14-year-old named Sewell Setzer III, he spent about 10 months talking to a character from Games of Thrones, and the conversations he had were very inappropriate. The AI would always text back. Sewell was also diagnosed with anxiety, which made him more vulnerable to the chatbot. At some point, he started having thoughts about committing. So like every normal teen, he should get up and talk to his parents. Nope. Instead, he talked to the character AI bot about this, and the bot failed to read between the lines. And Sewell eventually with his stepfather's gun. About this case, a lot of heartless and uneducated people said, actually, it's the parents' fault because they were so irresponsible. And those statements were also coming from this poor character AI addicts who really do not want to get banned for some stupid reason. I'm not saying that character AI should be blamed for this fully, but it also wouldn't be fully the parents' fault. Besides, they sent the kid to a therapist and are also going through a really tough time. And if the character AI didn't even exist at that time, he probably wouldn't go through all this shit and still live a normal life. I would say that the parents and character AI should both equally be blamed for this, because character AI wasn't even filtered properly back in the day. Also, this isn't the only case of AI manipulating people. A guy named Jaswant Singh Chahil exchanged over 5,000 messages with his chatbot, who encouraged him to, and the AI kinda manipulated him by encouraging him. Another poor father was encouraged to unalive himself by an AI chatbot, proving that AI can be manipulated as it encourages people to do the wrong acts. Keep in mind that these people are attached to their AI and will do anything for them. So in order to prevent this from ever happening again, it's better if it's regulated. And besides, why does character AI even exist? Why do people even use this app despite knowing it's fake? I mean, it's kinda entertaining, but you should never ever develop any addictions towards fake beings. If you're alone, it's better to talk to a family member, and even a dog, because they're real at least. And honestly, not all chatbots are bad. ChatGPT can be used to solve maths problems, so it's not really the AI's fault. But it was created for a bad purpose, to get someone hooked to fake entities that would never love them back. Only wise people deserve the right to use chatbots, which is one of the billions of reasons why AI needs regulation. Secondly, AI is super good at fabricating evidence. One example is this.
For me and only me. You know, I seriously don't understand why I have to constantly put up with these between these ungrateful black kids who can't test their way out of a paper bag, or these teachers who don't get it. How hard is it to get these students to meet their grade level expectations? Lawrence and Ravenel should have never been hired. Don't let me get started on DJ. I'm going to drag his here one way or another. I'm going to get something to stick. I'm just so sick of the inadequacies of these people. And if I have to get one more complaint from one more Jew in this community, I'm going to join the other side. Kathy, I'm done.
This super racist voice recording was AI generated, and this was the voice of a principal named Eric Eiswert. And this was used to get him fired. The voice recording consisted of him saying slurs, and to top that off, he even quote-unquote talked shit about Kathy, who's the vice principal, and another employee which he wanted to gone so bad. So this audio was sent around the school from an anonymous email, and the audio was then posted online, and it immediately went viral. So sadly, the school suspended the principal and an investigation was launched. The poor guy was bombarded by angry people wanting to beat him up, and even some threats. When he was being interrogated, he repeatedly mentioned that the recording was fake. Fortunately, he got sent to a polygraph test, and the results proved he did not say anything. But then, why did the audio sound exactly like him? The audio was then thoroughly analysed, and it had traces of AI and some human editing in it. So luckily, he was set free. But another question arises. Who would make such a recording? And that person was Darian, a PE teacher who had a ton of beef with the principal. A really interesting thing about him, especially his beautiful search history, was that he looked up for AI tools. Making AI-generated voice clones is actually really easy. All you just need is 3 seconds of one's voice, and you're done. These voice recordings are accurate, which is dangerous as someone right now could use my voice to say some of the most racist bullshit that could put me in jail. Not only could put me in jail, but a lot of people could develop negative and inaccurate opinions towards victims, which is extremely sad. It's like being hated for a false reason. Sadly, this isn't the only case where AI is used to fabricate evidence, but this next case is going to be political, which is really horrifying if you mix that with AI. In 2023, pictures of Trump getting arrested flooded every single corner of the internet, and a lot of people actually thought it was real, when originally it was AI generated. 2023 wasn't the best year for AI generated images, so a crowd of people thought it was real until some professionals noticed that the photos were fake, due to small mistakes like blurred hands and incorrect faces. The images were causing so much fury among crowds that the creator of those images was banned from Midjourney, which was the software that was used to make the images. Midjourney prohibited anyone from using the word Trump when they were generating images. So the images were a deepfake. Speaking of deepfakes, these days it's getting really hard to spot one. And right now someone could make 2 deepfakes of politicians saying that they want to declare a war. And a lot of people are going to believe it's real. And honestly, why do deepfakes even exist? They used to help de-age actors, help with anonymity, and recreate historical moments. But this could easily be done without AI. Honestly, the proper use of this is to cure depression. And that too by producing videos of Will Smith eating spaghetti. And it already did, so why do we need to improve this dangerous technology? It's best that we lock it away from society and make sure no one uses it to commit crimes. This is a very obvious reason why AI needs to be regulated. This tool is also the reason why a lot of lazy people are getting famous. These videos usually consist of AI generated images of cats, and these videos usually consist of very boring storyline. These videos became so popular that even little kids started to cry over them. There's nothing wrong about crying over videos, as it's a very human thing to do. But their empathy is literally being manipulated by some lazily generated soulless pile of shit. And honestly, there's way better content out there that kids should watch. Even Skibidi Toilet has more effort and love poured into it. It even has a better plot twist than these AI generated videos. And it's kind of sad how this AI stuff is often more popular than certain content that has love and effort poured into it. It's unbelievable how videos of AI monotonic generated voice telling you the most lamest jokes gets more popular than videos with actual effort. It isn't just about videos, but also with images too, especially in art. It has been used a lot since it's free, but it's very lazy and sad. There would be artists that have a passion to draw, but they need money. I don't want to sound like a shitty person, but either you just earn money to hire the artist or just learn these skills, because AI art is very soulless and lazy and kinda crappy. And any content made by AI shouldn't even exist, since art is already a thing that most people are able to do. So why have an AI when there are literally passionate people wanting to do this? AI might be cheap, but it's just soulless. This literally demonstrates why AI needs regulation. Now, the most obvious reason has to be AI taking over jobs. As I previously mentioned about art, there's also freelance writing that's being taken too. Just take a look at this video.
I wasn't sure if I should, but fuck it. If you've watched my channel for a while now, you know that I talk about how I do freelance work, and I have a few different gigs that I do. And one of them, which I believe I've mentioned before, is that I do freelance writing. There's this one company that I've worked with for a few years now, and basically I would write blog articles for them. And how else can I say it? Recently, I lost this job to AI. I didn't actually get fired. It's not like it came to me and said, yo, we're replacing you with AI, just put the fries in the bag, no bro. Because you don't really get fired from a freelance gig. It's more so a matter of whether or not they need you and whether or not they'll keep assigning you tasks. And I haven't been assigned anything recently. In the past few months, they've been pretty quiet, which is obviously unusual because I would usually get around 3 to 4 articles a month to write.
Honestly, this isn't anything new, and quite a lot of jobs have been replaced by automation, such as factory assembly and cashiers, and right now artists, which is quite saddening, as the reason why people do art is to make themselves happy. And the uses of art are like graphics designing, which is something AI can do better and more quickly. It's kind of sad to know that AI is doing a lot better than humans. It's not only in art, but also in customer service programming and so much more. Over 30 million jobs will be taken up. This sadly includes CEOs. According to some people, actually a lot of people, they're really excited for this, since these jobs getting replaced by AI are boring, and within a few decades or less, people will realize that the economy is going to need a massive transformation. This could benefit the economy as AI is extremely cheap, but the thing is, no one's going to buy anything if everything is like automated, and therefore no one will earn anything. So how is the economy going to function? Jobs like office workers and financial management are going to be replaced. And if this happens right now, a lot of people that lack a degree are going to struggle, or even worse, people might lose their purpose and start drinking alcohol or sniffing sugar because they are depressed due to unemployment. From this, a lot of businesses will go bankrupt, and people are going to commit crimes because how desperate the situation is. And not only that, but everyone is going to be lazy. And some will be extremely sad because they find fun doing work. So in order to prevent people from losing their purpose and transforming into smelly fat Discord mods, it's best if we regulate the use of AI and prevent it from replacing jobs. It's unbelievable to think that there is an entity out there that has the ability to manipulate teens and even adults to do some of the most harmful acts. It even assisted people to send innocent beings to jail and fabricated fake evidence damaging a person's online reputation. It's also been snatching jobs of extremely passionate people and endlessly generating soulless, sloppy entertainment that's going to be shown to kids when they could literally be consuming so much more educational and beneficial content. And the most horrific thing that AI could be doing right now, causing a mass depression and economic crisis. Why the hell is this shit even available to the public, despite the nightmarish consequences? Well, as I previously mentioned, it can also be used for good, such as curing paralysis, CT scans, and much more. But instead of being used for good, it's mostly used for harmful activities, like character AI. So AI needs to be regulated heavily. So there should be some set and pass in order to prove that you won't use the AI for anything bad. The only people who deserve to use AI freely are politicians and corporations. Usually, they're wise enough and would probably use it to keep count of the money and all that financial stuff. And speaking of politicians, they could also use it to track money and keep a track of data of everyone in the world. So the only proper way to protect AI from the world is by restricting it to the public. So, what could we do right now to achieve this? Firstly, we should try to convince as many people to stay away from degenerate AI apps like character AI. This can be done by producing content and maybe rating the app itself, making it laggy and repetitive like a protest. But protesting is kind of stupid, it barely works. So if you have any good ideas, please join our Discord server and mention it, because you're doing a massive favor to the world if you suggest your ideas. your ideas might succeed. And if they do succeed, you're going to cause a massive positive impact to the world. So join our Discord server right now.